Hi guys, welcome again to another episode of Financial and Insurance Proficiency. My name is Jane Dishu and thank you very much for choosing to watch this video. So in today's video, I'll be discussing about education policy or education savings account for your child. So this is something that has been going around. We are wondering, like, is it important to save for your child? What if in future education will be free? Why should I even take that insurance company? What if my child doesn't want to go to school and be a doctor? Maybe they just want to start a business. What ifs? So today I'll be answering the few questions that most people ask about education policy, and then I hope this video will help you as a parent make a decision to open that education savings account for your child. So the first question, is saving for your education important? Of course, yes. Your child is growing, your child will have to go to school, and if you're not going to save for it today, remember you'll have to borrow. Most of us have gone through HELB, most of us have gone through CDF because our parents didn't plan for these things. So people are like, why should I strain paying maybe junior school fees and still save for the secondary or for the university? One, it's because education is getting more expensive with time. There is inflation and everything, and we don't know about tomorrow. Of course, leadership change and everything change. Maybe education will be free in the future, but this money is your money. So if even if education will be free in the future, which you don't know, what if it is not free? So don't assume it will be free. What if it will not be free? So if education will not be free, of course you'll have to pay for that high school. In high school, it's a lot of money. It's paid in lump sum. There's so many needs that are required for that child, and to get in transition, a good high school makes more expensive. It's more expensive. The more the expensive the school is, the better the education, or the better the quality of education. So by the end of the day, in high school, it's kind of your money that will determine where your child will go, and that translates to, will my child be a doctor? Because by the end of the day, you can reach the performance, and in most cases, the cheaper the school, the less the performance it is. So by the end of the day, you'll have to pay for that secondary school, and you want the best for your child. If your child wants to be a doctor, don't limit them because you can't afford the school fees for the same. So don't subject your child to HELB and the other loans and the CDF. Don't do the harambes. Save for it today. So why do I advocate that you start saving for it today? Of course, you're young. Yes, you're very young. Your expenses are not that many compared to when you'll be 40 and you're paying high school. You have other three children who you're paying for school fees. You have your own needs. You have to do this and this and this. Right now, at least your expenses, you're young. Your expenses are not that many. Of course, you're in active employment, and you can also do side hustle because you're young, you're energetic, you're digital, you can run the market, you can do this and this and this and get money for the same. So it's easier for you to save for that high school. But when you get to high school, you'll be older. So somehow the market will kick you out or something. You're not able to do more side hustles. Three, you'll have your second born, your third born, your fourth born, and so many other responsibilities that you'll have. And by the end of the day, it becomes hard for you maybe to pay the school fees directly from your employment. That is another thing. The other question that I really get, so how do education savings account help your child? It helps your child in this way. Your child will be able to choose where to go to school. Now, if my father or my mother, my parent or my guardian have the money, definitely I'll have the choice to say, I'll go to Alliance, I'll go to this other school, I'll go to Pioneer, I'll go to this other school because the money is there. But when the money is not there, you'll force your child to go to a school they don't want because it will be money determining where your child will go to school to. So that is one thing that by the end of the day, it will benefit your child because they'll be able to choose where to go to school too. The other thing is they will be able to determine what to do. the course they want to do. So in most cases, you'll find you are taken to a public university because that's where there's scholarship and everything. And I'm forced to do something I never wanted to do because that is the available option. So in this case, if you saved for your child education, they have the free will to choose to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, because my mom or my dad have money for me, for the education, or my guardian by the end of the day. The other thing is you'll not subject your child to loans, the help higher education loans. Like your child, you'll pay the school fees, so your child will have a comfortable stay. And even if your child doesn't choose to go to university or go to maybe high school, they want a course, at least you can fund that very easily, and you'll be able to choose maybe a training institute, or maybe a place they can train for the same. Or if they want a business, they have a business idea and they want to do it right now, at least you can give them a business boost from the money that you got from your savings account. So by the end of the day, saving, you will have the money, and this money can be used for education. The good thing about saving is, by the end of the day, your long-term expenses are taken care of, and you're in free will. You'll not have the stress, you'll have the peace of mind by the end of the day. So the other question is, where do I save now? I have agreed, yeah, it's very important to have an education policy now. Where should I save? Because I can open a bank account, I can save in circles, I can buy a land and later I can sell the land or something like that. So which is the best or the most convenient place or the best option for my child's education? So I will recommend time and time again an insurance policy. Reasons why I would recommend an insurance policy: one, the discipline aspect. You'll have to deposit this money every month, and if you don't deposit the money every month or every year as agreed or as your arrangement with the company, you'll have to face the penalties. You might even risk losing your money. So by the end of the day, you have that discipline that will keep you on toes, that will give you at least the thing to know that it's kind of like rent. You'll have to pay your rent if you're rent paying, and if I'm not paying the rent, I'll have to see the agent. The same way to the insurance policy. The other thing, it will give you a life cover. A life cover is where, in case of anything, in case of your demise, in case something happened to the person who is saving for the child, at least the company will pick over and they'll continue saving. This is the best thing you can ever have. That means when I'm here, they will pay, they will give me the check to pay the school, and when I'm not here, they will continue saving, so I'll get what I wanted in the initial stages of the cover. So the life cover is very important. This is the best gift you'll give your child, because you'll not subject to them to, in case of anything happening to you, they'll be willing. If my dad was here, I'd go to this school. If my mother was here, I'll go to this school. I would have gone to this school. At least in this case, you'll have given them a free will and they'll be able to choose, because the insurance company have covered for you. The other thing is the flexibility. You can save any amount of money you want, and it's structured in a way you can choose the number of years in a range of how old is your child. So by the end of the day, it gives you a flexibility, and they are structured in a way that it will fit to that level of education. So the other thing why someone should choose an insurance company to save up with is because they give bonuses. By the end of the day, they'll give you the bonuses, and the good thing is you don't have to sell something to pay the school fees. Most people argue, I can buy a land, it will appreciate, and then I can sell that time when my child will be going to school. And this is my counter. By the end of the day, you don't know how the market will go, and you might find people will not want to buy the land anymore. It will not be a hype anymore. Real estate will not be a hype. And maybe by the time, because you're desperate, you'll find it will force you to sell it at a loss, because you want to push it and you want to sell it as quick as possible. So an education policy at least give you the cash value. It will give you a lump sum, which gives you the liquidity, which is easier for you to pay the school. You don't have to sell, you don't have to go through the hassle of selling something for you to get the money to pay the school fees by the end of the day. So education policy is very important, and start as early as you can. Actually, you can start saving for your child who is unborn, because it becomes easier for you to plan for these things and be used for to save for this thing. So by the end of the day, your child will have to go to school, and your choices right now will determine, is the cycle going to repeat itself? The way you struggled with your education, if you did, some of us did, the way you have a help loan to pay, if you have. So what the choices you make today will determine how your child will be treated by nature